It's a special skill to be able to lie with a straight face. Matthew Peterson is a cricket-loving tradie with a business called Get It Laid Flooring. You probably know where I'm going with this. He takes the money. Excuse after excuse, the work isn't done. Matthew's been caught out by the consumer watchdog, but had an answer for everything when we tracked him down.
When I met him, I thought he was just a genuine Aussie guy.
He was professional and he was doing all the right things.
The hard-working, all-round Aussie guy is this man, Matthew Peterson.
How you going, Matthew? Neil Breen from the television show Current Affair. How you going?
Good, mate. Something.
No, mate, I'm just here to talk to you about...
I don't approve that, mate.
Sada and her husband were building a new home in southwestern Sydney and wanted herringbone timber flooring throughout. She found ads for Peterson's Get It Laid flooring business on Facebook Marketplace.
He came over with some samples. We decided what we would do, and when we were ready for the flooring, he then said he'd need to get the materials, and he needed the money for the materials.
Now Peterson denies even knowing her.
What about Sada? 21,000 in December 22 when you...
Who was that?
You took the deposit to lay the floors there, and you never did the job. Well, I've interviewed her fully.
Okay, you've interviewed him and it's not right.
Adam met Peterson when they played in the same cricket team on the New South Wales Central Coast.
So he come around and done a small job doing the skirts. And done a good job the first time. So I showed him the flooring. He said he was a floorer. So I asked him to quote the job.
Peterson says his old teammate and many others have been paid.
It's already been dealt with.
Well, it hasn't been dealt with. It hasn't been dealt with. These people haven't been paid at all.
It has been.
And I know times can get tough, but the fact is you've been dealt with by fair trading and you got fined.
Yeah, and I'm not trading.
And you kept doing it. Yeah, but you were trading at the time when you took this money.
No, I wasn't.
What all of them didn't know at the time they handed money over was that Peterson was serving a 12-month community corrections order for ripping off clients and fraud. He was also fined $12,500 in Parramatta local court and ordered to pay almost $22,000 in victim compensation. That was in late 2021. On top of that, he's been fined 7 times by New South Wales Fair Trading since 2017 and was found guilty of fraud in Wyong local court in 2014. In the weeks and months after his 2021 conviction, Peterson was up to his old tricks. He took deposits from Sada and Adam and several other victims spoken to by ACA.
He asked for $21,850. I gave him $10,500. And then I gave him another $10,500 the next day. And then he said he needed the $850 as well for the glue. I then paid him that. I do have proof of the receipts.
So I paid him the $9,500 on the quote. So it was $12,500 he quoted and $9,500 for the deposit.
Adam got $1,000 back and was then told story after story.
Stuff like the supplier hasn't got them yet. They'll turn up on this date and never turned up. It's got to come in from overseas now.
But Sada never saw any money again.
So he gave you excuse after excuse. Run me through the excuses.
Okay, so the first one was his daughter was sick and in hospital. And I felt really sorry for him. The next one was his vehicle had got the tools, if I remember correctly, from the vehicles had got stolen. And the third thing was that he was in hospital and then said that the doctor said that he could not do this kind of work.
When we put this to Peterson, he denied everything.
And what about the 21,000 to Sada? She has not been paid.
She has been paid.
Well, you said who's that, and now you seem to know who she is.
Well, I don't even know who that is, but everyone that I had dealings with had been paid out.
He even denied losing his driver licence for drink driving, despite court documents showing he had.
I see you got in strife with a bit of drink driving as well. Was that an exuberant night out, was it?
When?
On November 6th in Gosford Local Court.
No, I didn't.
Well, you have
You
been.
got to know what you're talking about before you're going to bring up that sort of stuff, mate.
Well, I've got the piece of paper.
All right, sweet.
I've got the
That's
piece
fine.
of paper to
You
say
can do what you want, mate.
mid-range drink
You
driving.
can do what you want. And it got thrown out because the paperwork was wrong.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
And they had moved in there.
Sada's anger and sadness only deepens as her husband is in a fight for his life.
To and fro. My husband was diagnosed with advanced aggressive prostate cancer. And each time he goes and it does cost, and the medication costs you. So I always think of how Matt's gone away with this money and I have to keep forking out. I have to work hard for this to be able to make sure that he gets the treatment that he needs.
She spent a further $38,000 with another company to get her floors done.
Do you think you're any chance of ever getting that money back?
I would like to think I could get some of that money back because I would like to think that these frauds are dealt with.
Adam spent another $9,000.
Now I'd say he's a complete liar. He's a thief. He's a con artist. He's a con artist of the highest. So I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him.
Yep, I'd steer clear.